Hi everyone, I'm Engineer Hoist. It's Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and it is time for Transformers Earth Wars News. Hello to everybody who is right here at the very beginning. Cameron Moore, Light Dragoon says, Ba Weep, Grana Weep, Ninny Bong. Hey, that's my line. Sharksy, Windblade, Gloria R, Reese Campton Myers, Devil Knight, and Tyler White T, Alexander Rose, Texatron, HF Adam Z. Hello everybody. Let's get to the news, shall we? Okay, so Light Dragoon beat me to it. Ba Weep, Grana Weep, Ninny Bong. The end of a saga, bringing Tracks and Cutthroat to your doorstep. And 6 new alliances with a golden name. Congratulations. That, if you don't know what that is, that's from the last event. The first few people who finished the event got their alliance name in gold. And we will see who those are a little bit later. The name of this event is called Scratched Finish. Outsider versus Outsider. Unable to understand, much less control, the powers of the recently discovered Prime Core, Autobots and Decepticons line up face to face, nerves on edge, waiting for the precise moment to fly in a fabulous way. Tracks has finally arrived to the battlefield, late as usual, yet not the last one to join. Okay, so this is an Alliance event right on the heels of this last week's Alliance event. We've got another one, and it is not a leaderboard. This is a 60 prestige event where you get a crystal each prestige. And just like I think Hotspot was the first one, Warpath was the most, and Skull Smasher was the most recent one. So that's how that is. 60 prestiges, double XP, and of course you got to be headquarters for and be an Alliance to participate in the event. The event battle zones are what we've been seeing before the last few times. It's very I do like these higher level of battle points in these events. I do like that they're sticking with this. And so there we go. There's the prizes. So it's 6,000 points per prestige. I think they tried 7,000 one time, but we're back to 6,000, and I do like that. So we've got some Spark, we got some Alloy, we've got some Energon, and then of course after every 6,000 you get an Outsider's Crystal. Now each Outsider's Crystal contains the chance for a 2-star, a 3-star, or a 4-star Tracks or Cutthroat depending on your faction, or you could get 100 2-star shards, 75 3-star shards, or 50 4-star shards to hopefully build a crystal so that you can get any of the other bots that are released to these crystals. Which, by the way, I don't know if you noticed in the game, Skylinks and Blitzwing were just released out to the normal crystals. So if you haven't had a chance to get them either from an event or from a bundle, good luck to you getting them from any of the other crystals that are out there. Alright, so of course, obviously, there's the new bots. This first one up is Tracks. When it comes to sheer beauty, no Autobot alive can rival Tracks. At least that's what Tracks thinks. And he thinks about it all the time. Obsessed with his own stylish appearance, Tracks' devotion to preserving his luscious paint job and elegant frame prevents him from realizing his full potential on the battlefield. It also annoys the grit out of his fellow Autobots who hate working with him, despite his unique flight mode and skill with the blinding black beam gun he carries. Not that Tracks cares. After all, whose company could be better than his own? Okay, so his ability is called the Smoke Bomb. And what that does is covers an area in smoke, hiding your allies and blocking 80% damage to them. And the smoke lasts for several seconds. I would imagine that the amount of time that it lasts is what you upgrade with the ability levels. And it starts off, it's only 2 ability points to use, but it's an additional 5 each subsequent use. So it starts off cheap and then gets expensive quick. In fact, I think they even say that in there. I didn't even mean to steal what they said. They do offer a tip. Tracks' special ability will keep your bots alive in the toughest situations. It's especially powerful when deployed over enemy choke points. You know, all those little kill zones like I have on my base and like a lot of other people have on their bases? It combos well with high damage but vulnerable bots. Try using it to protect a group of gunners or to shield Cheetor, Drift, Optimus Primal. Those are the guys I definitely think about who cause a lot of damage but die quickly. So Let's see. Tracks also carries his trademark black beam gun. See that 10 times fast. and will use it during battle to blast enemy defenses, reducing the damage they deal for a short time. So that's pretty cool. It's almost like a built-in glass gas gun except that's Cliff Jumper's deal. But why smoke bombs? Well, because Tracks knows you don't need to see anything but him. And also because they didn't put it on smokescreen when they had the chance. You beat me to it, Tyler. I see you put that in the comment. I was thinking the same thing. Okay, so obviously with a new Autobot comes a new Decepticon, and this time it is Cutthroat. He is a Terrorcon. Cutthroat is a bloodthirsty monster whose joy in violence stands out even among the Terrorcons. Not content with simply defeating his enemies, Cutthroat must obliterate them, rending his foes from circuit to gyro in a frenzy of hatred and spite. Many Decepticons think he goes too far and must have a crossed wire or two, but they also realize that telling him so would only turn his murderous attention toward them. Cutthroat delights in swooping down on his foes from above and has been known to ambush his prey before tearing into them. Whew, sounds like a mean guy. Of course, his ability is the same as Tracks. I like how they're doing that, keeping everybody equal. It's also called the Smoke Bomb, so they didn't have to change the name of the ability from Autobot to Decepticon like they've done in some cases. Like Lugnut's Punch of Kill Everything doesn't really apply very well to Elita 1, so she got a different ability name, which I don't recall what it is. But we're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about Cutthroat. Here's another tip. It's basically kind of the same thing, but this is building on the tips what we already got from Tracks. The special ability works the same way as Tracks, but take note, here's where I said this before, take note of the special ability point cost. The first is extremely cheap, it's only 2, but it gets expensive quick, extra 5 each time. So 2, then 7, then 12, and if you manage it, it would be 17. So that gives you about 2 to 3 easy uses of Smoke Bomb per battle, which is enough to keep your troops alive at key points, but not to give them constant protection. So use it wisely. So they definitely wanted to make it easy to use one time, but not to use all the time. Okay, so Cutthroat also throws smaller smoke grenades during battle to reduce the damage enemy defenses deal for a short time. Very much like Trax's black beam gun, but Cutthroat just doesn't have a specially named gun, apparently. Cutthroat does love to ambush his foes, relishing in their panic as he emerges from the darkness. So very cool. And so that was it for that, and we did want to go over a little bit of the 2-year celebration here. They wanted to say, last weekend we celebrated big, and they wanted to thank us for joining them in this very special moment. So thanks for being part of the community. Here's to many more years. And they did give us a sum up of what happened in order. They did a very good VIP gift, basically doubled what we normally get. The anniversary event with a 4-star crystal as the end prize, which fortunately NonToxic Gamers, with the help of some fantastic friends from other alliances, we were able to complete that. And you can see in my last video what a lot of us ended up pulling out of that 4-star crystal, and a lot of other people chimed in. They got it done, so it was a great event. And I also like that they kept the points for the event, for the alliance, relatively low, made it somewhat easy to get. They said there were more than 3 million gifts handed out for all the loyalty gifts that you got, whether it was the 5 or the 10 premium crystals based on how long you were there. And the Golden Alliance name was available once more. Speaking of which, if you're curious who they are, here they are. The Autobots, the first ones to finish. You probably recognize some of these because they tend to be the ones up near the top of the leaderboards because they score points in bunches and they score them quick. It was some Chinese alliance. I'm sorry, I don't read that. TF Psyops and the Titan Slayers. And for the Decepticons, Scorched Earth, Thanatos, and Scorched something in Chinese, I think. So congrats to all of those guys. And apparently there's going to be another public commendation, they said, in a news feed, apart from the rather obvious golden name. And I don't know if you noticed on their Twitter and Facebook page, they also threw up this neat little infographic, which we'll go over here now. So this was actually really cool to go look at this. 193 million crystals opened in the space bridge. That's a lot. And this is 19 trillion energon spent, and I'm pretty sure this is over the entire course of the game. 164 billion spark, 15 million players worldwide, and I'm sure that's accounts, not counting the fact that I've got 3 myself. So it might actually be about half that, because everybody seems to have 2 accounts anymore. Over 1 billion battles fought. 379,000 alliances created. So any of you guys who are in an alliance and say, oh, I'm only at like the top 1,000, I'm so far from the top. Well, you're higher than 378,000 other ones. So keep that in mind anytime you might be thinking that you're not doing so well. There are 28 trillion alloy used. 60 million boosts have been used in the battle. Almost 14 million combiners have been used. And only since Headquarters 16 was released, 15,500 players have been upgraded to level 16. So you can see, out of 15 million players, only 15,000 have got to HQ 16. It takes a lot of work and a lot of time to get to that level. But if you stick with it and you keep playing, you can do it. And I'm certain out of that 15,000, a fair amount at least are free to play. I don't know any of them off the top of my head, but I'm sure there are some. All right. And the last thing is, normally this is where I would tell you to go check out the Transformers Earth Wars YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook page to watch their stream tomorrow, except they're not doing one. So they apparently are. The company is having some kind of a powwow, get-together, kumbaya session or whatever they happen to be doing. They didn't give any details, but they're not going to be streaming tomorrow. So if you want the news, this is where you're getting it this week. So, but they will be back next week, and so we'll definitely be plugging it there. And I'm pretty sure that was it. Yep. So let's go ahead and head over into the game. Now, I don't have any crystals to be cracking open because it's a Sea Spray bundle this week, and yeah, I don't need to spend my money on Sea Spray. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name who commented on the video already. Hello. I think it was Ashley something or other. All right, so what are you guys talking about in the chat there? Let's see. Oh, I ran out Xbox Lives has got a 3-star Octo Punch from a free crystal. Hey, when it's from a free crystal, no thumbing your nose at that. So that was actually very, very cool. Because they are, Octopunch and Sea Spray are very good gunners. I'm not a big fan of their whirlwind ability, but yeah. So let's see. Oh, Light Dragoon says his 4-star crystal was a duplicate cliff jumper. Oh, yeah. Well, it happens. Now that's the thing. When you start getting to have more bigger collection of 4-stars, you do tend to start having a higher chance of getting duplicates. So it's Ashley who is Diamond Warrior's girlfriend. So Diamond Warriors, if you're in the stream tonight, your girlfriend is over on my watching too and commenting. So let's see. G1 Red Alert coming and said, did I see the Predaking review I shared? You know, I think I saw that you shared that. I didn't get a chance to check it out though. I might have to go dig back through the archives and check that out. Optimus Gamer, welcome to the stream, buddy. Greg Knight, what do I think of 4-star Sea Spray? Well, I don't have 4-star Sea Spray. I think he would be an excellent gunner, as long as you don't plan on using his ability for anything. I would say that's my that would be my opinion on him. Let's see. Sergeant Prowl Prime says, if you go to the avatar selection, you look down at the avatars, you can see the Tracks avatar. Oh, let's go check that out. So there's my new VIP Grimlock avatar. Let's see, where is he? Oh yeah, there he is down there, right next to Windblade and under Ultra Magnus. There's Tracks. It's kind of hard to see, but I mean, if you guys got the game, you can go check it out yourself, and probably get a better look at it than we can see on the stream. So good call there, Sergeant Prowl Prime. Oh, something else they didn't mention in the newsletter, and I don't think I see it mentioned anywhere else. They talked about they were going to upgrade Snarl and increase his range. It's live. He's got the same range as any of the other bots who can rush, like Ironhide or Jumpstream or something like that. He's got the big range now, and his ability starts off at 5. I think it used to be 6. So, yeah, if you guys got Snarl, he's awesome now because you can actually target things that you want to go destroy, not just that thing like right over there. So, yes, go. If you haven't been using Snarl because his range is too short, go use him now. Snarl is so much better now with the and Hunger too. If you guys are Decepticon, it's the same for Hunger. So their ranges are much higher. In fact, how about we go take a look at that, shall we?
Roll out.
So yeah, I've got Pipes here on my my main team there instead of Jumpstream. Quiet, Grimlock. Because Jumpstream, she's at level 50 now, and there's no point using her at this point until I can get her leveled up. But Sunstreaker's in there leveling up right now, so I promoted Pipes, and he's got the leaves. Oh, now Skylinks is screaming. Jeez. And Optimus Primal. Boy, these bots are noisy, aren't they? But anyway, so yeah, Pipes with the Leech Maximo car on there, he has actually come in pretty darn handy with that top team because there was one time where I had them and it was one of those choke points where they had a whole bunch of cannons in there. They had all 3 of the the outposts. In fact, a couple of them on the other side of the walls. Well, Pipes was in there. They came out. They did their special ability. Pipes hacked them, and they went and started attacking the other defenses. So that was very cool. So, all right. So I'm gonna take these guys into Zone 12, and we'll get you guys take a quick look at things there. Alexander Rose saying Grimlock never got his cookies. That was the thing from last week. They were talking about Grimlock trying to get his Energon cookies, so but he never got them. That's why he's complaining. That's funny. Brandon, do we have a Decepticon Alliance? Yes, NonToxic Gamers does have a Decepticon Alliance. I am not in it because I'm not playing my Decepticon account anymore because I just don't have the time to devote to it. I check in occasionally, but not enough to be a useful member of an alliance. Okay, so let me go check all this stuff out. Level 10's here. We got okay. Yeah, this should be doable. All right. Let's see. How do I want to attack? I like to send Star Saber in. What's the best way? Let's probably start him over this side. Now, before we do that, let's go ahead and so you can see there's Ironhide's range. And now Snarl's range. See? It's the same range. Snarl has such a much better range now. And see, look how far away he is, and he could just about target that laser turret. I'm not going to do that, but I just love that he can. So, and again, Hunger is definitely the same thing. All right, so let's quit talking and start playing. I need to get him a little closer. I want to try to get all the way back to that missile launcher. That should do it. He should hit that missile launcher and that laser. Ah, get out of there! And one more time over to that missile launcher. And let's go ahead and get Strafe up there. Mirage, go EMP that mortar. Snarl, where are you? Get to that headquarters, buddy. Ah! You know, there's like a whole chat section there. You don't have to keep commenting on the video. There's like a whole chat section. Should be off to the side. And you'll actually show up on this stream. Well, I guess you're showing up on the stream too, aren't you? But yep, so there's a nice win. And but yeah, the point of that was to show off Snarl's new range. So if you guys happen to have Snarl and you haven't liked the new range, check him out. Sharksy asking, is Snarl solos? I don't know, maybe. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited, if you can tell, about the Snarl having that larger range. As soon as they said that on the stream, said, "Hey, we're going to give Snarl a bigger range," I'm like, yes, because that was the one thing holding him back from being really awesome, was his range is just way too short, way too short. All right, so let's see. I'm leveling up Victorion. I forget. Do I have one more level? Or is this? No. So in just about 3 days, Victorion is going to be maxed. So I do need to find my Rust Dust at some point. Oh boy. Let's see. What else can we talk about there? Oh yeah, H.F. Adams, the Bumblebee movie. Did you guys see the trailer for Bumblebee, the new Bumblebee movie? That looks pretty cool. I didn't feel like doing a reaction video because honestly, I don't react very much to that, and I've seen other reaction videos where it's just basically somebody doing that. So that would be my reaction video. Not a whole lot. I mean, some people are a little bit more animated, and like that's very cool. In fact, you want to see a great reaction video, go check out Optobotomus. That dude's reaction was excellent. But yeah, I think it looks really cool. I like. Apparently, it's a prequel. It's kind of like set in the past. One thing I don't quite understand about it is because the first Transformers movie showed them like coming to Earth from outer space somewhere, because they were in the protoforms and then they had to scan. The Last Night obviously kind of threw that out the window and said, oh, they've always been here. But it wasn't the first time they said they've always been here, because even in Revenge of the Fallen, that's where like Jetfire, he'd been here a while. Wheelie was saying, oh yeah, these guys been here for a while, and it showed them being here, Transformers being here in the past for a very long time. But not Bumblebee. Bumblebee was shown coming, and Ironhide and Ratchet and Optimus Prime were shown arriving on Earth. So the Last Night kind of threw that out the window, or maybe, hopefully, I'm thinking this Bumblebee movie will kind of try to explain that, about why we saw them coming to Earth in the first one, but yet they were also here back in World War II and in 1987 or whatever time that movie is set. Maybe at some point at the end of the movie, Optimus Prime will call and say, Bumblebee, come back to help us on Cybertron. Your mission on Earth is over. And then that would kind of segue into the first movie where they're coming back to Earth to try to find the Allspark, because they thought the Allspark was on Cybertron, but then they come to find out at some point between then and now that it's on Earth. And but why would Megatron have come all those hundreds of years ago? Let's not try to figure out the continuity of the live action movies, okay? So okay, yeah, let's see. Yeah, what if humans saw their head in vehicle mode? Yes, that was one of the things I saw, and I immediately put it up on my Twitter and Facebook account, where she goes and crawls under Bumblebee and sees his face under there, and I said that visible head syndrome is the first thing I thought of, and I've been seeing around the internet. A lot of other people caught that too. I won't take the claim for pointing that out, because I mean it's pretty obvious, but I did make the comment of, we got to give them a pass on the toys when they have them with the visible head syndrome on that toy, because it's going to be accurate to the movie this time. So, yeah, Big D2320 says it's a Michael Bay movie. Nothing makes sense. I know, I fell into the trap. So, all right, yeah, that just confuses more, right? Wasn't Cybertron destroyed? Well, it wasn't totally destroyed. I mean, what was it? The Dark of the Moon, they started to try to bring it here through the space bridge or whatever, and part of it got here, so part of it kind of got destroyed. I don't know if the whole thing got destroyed, but yeah. But again, that's more of like today, not back 1987 where this new Bumblebee movie is supposed to be set. So I'm not going to try to speculate any more on this. I'm just going to enjoy the fact that we've got a new Bumblebee movie coming out, and he actually looks pretty cute in there as the Volkswagen Beetle. I really like how he looks in robot mode with that, and of course Starscream. Yeah, it's Starscream. Some people say, "Oh, maybe that's not Starscream because it's not the right jet." It's Starscream. The face is unmistakably Starscream. He's got red on his shoulders. I mean, it's totally Starscream. There's no question that is meant to be Starscream, that jet flying through there. So yes, and I did see that one scene where it looks like he has a Jeep grill. So that is interesting what that's going to be. Now, it wouldn't be the first time where Bumblebee has had multiple vehicle modes in the same movie. In fact, the first movie, he started off as the 1970s Camaro, and then he rescanned into the GM advertisement Camaro for the new Camaro. And even in Age of Extinction, he started off as that kind of like that black one, that old I forget what year it was. I'm not that much of a car guy, but that old version of the Camaro, and then ended up rescanning to the newer Camaro. So yeah. So it wouldn't, definitely not the first time. Not even the second time that he would have multiple vehicle modes. So. Yeah, Bulkhead says he thought Bumblebee called Prime and the others to come when he shined the light into the sky. Exactly. That's what I thought too. In fact, so. Or wait, yeah, maybe we never actually saw Bumblebee show up, but we did see him call them. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's been a while since I saw the movies. Maybe we never did see Bumblebee actually come to Earth like the others did. So maybe Bumblebee has been here this whole time. So, and I did like how they had the voiceover from Uncle Bobby B, Bernie Mac, rest in peace, talking about the driver doesn't pick the car picks the driver. That voiceover and the way they did it was the callback to the first movie is just absolutely fantastic. And I'm sure that's probably just for the trailer, but even so, that just right off the bat, I loved the trailer just because of that callback. So. Let's see. So yeah, and it was interesting where let's see. Royce Phelps is saying he's in a car yard beside his Volkswagen Forum. Where would you saying about that? But yeah, I thought it was kind of funny how she was just kind of going through and just kind of saw this car there. It had a key in it, and just kind of so basically she stole Bumblebee. At least that's what it looks like in the trailer. So. Let's see, Lorena Alvarez. Why would they send a scout to Earth? Well, obviously because we're on Earth, so they have to have the. But from the story standpoint, every Transformers fiction that I've ever read or watched or anything like that about how the Cybertronians, the Transformers, interact with Earth, there's always been some kind of link. In Transformers Prime, Earth was actually Unicron, which had a bunch of stuff coalesce around him into the planet that we know and live on, but it's actually Unicron at the core. In the comics, long ago, Shockwave actually went out and seeded a whole bunch of different planets with different ores, and Earth was Ore 13. In fact, that's why we have Ore 13 in the game, is because call back to the comics where Earth was the source of Ore 13. So there's always some kind of reason, like way back in the history, or some kind of strategic reason for Earth. It was never really just kind of a random thing. Except in maybe the G1 cartoon where they just kind of happened to be battling and then they crashed and Earth happened to be the place where they crashed. So, all sorts of reasons why. So I'm not sure what they would say. Oh, of course, they did kind of hint at that maybe Earth was Unicron or something there in the last night if you happen to see it, which... yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing the finish of that story since they pretty much canceled everything. And I'm totally okay with that because I already saw it in Transformers Prime. But yeah, there's definitely been there's always been some kind of connection between Earth and Cybertron in every Transformers fiction. So... Shouldn't Bumblebee be fast if he's a scout? Well, it kind of depends what kind of scout he is. I mean, if he's some kind of like a ninja scout or something, and by that, they blend in. Because when you think about ninjas, what do you think of? You think about some super martial arts guy, maybe in a black costume like Snake Eyes, or white like Storm Shadow in the G.I. Joe fiction or whatever. But in reality, they look just like you and me. You wouldn't know because they actually basically their costume was the normal wear of the day, and basically they just were there to blend in and just kind of watch. So that maybe that's what he's doing. He's not necessarily trying to be fast or trying to be sneaky. He's just hiding in plain sight, which is kind of the whole point of the Transformers and the whole more than meets the eye, robots in disguise motif. To begin with, they're hiding in plain sight. I mean, that car right next to you could be a Transformer, and you wouldn't know it because he's hiding. So doesn't necessarily have to be fast. He just has to blend in, which is why a Volkswagen Bug, especially back in the 80s and 70s, is actually a very good disguise. Not like, say, a UFO, Cosmos, or a very specific race car, Jazz, Mirage, Wheeljack, you know. Yeah, a lot of people give Jolt from the Transformers movies a hard time because he's just like some regular old Chevrolet sedan. But that's like the best disguise ever. I mean, if you're driving around and you see a yellow Camaro, what do you think? Hey, that's Bumblebee. If you see a silver Corvette, hey, that's Sideswipe. But what happens if you see a blue Chevy Volt? You don't even think about it. That could be Jolt in disguise, and you wouldn't even know it. So that was the best disguise there, to be honest with you. So, or what about a green Hummer ambulance? You ever seen one of those except in a Transformers movie? Yeah, I didn't think so. So, let's see. I think that's about all I have to say about that. No, it's totally not. But let's just check out the chat here too. Optimus Gamer says he watched all 5 Transformers movies and now the new one's coming. Definitely going to watch that. Yep, I'm definitely going to go see it too. Was not a fan of the last night. That was just a mess. I mean, I have watched it again, and I'll probably still watch it again because, you know, Transformers. But it's definitely the worst of the bunch. And I know a lot of people aren't liking on Age of Extinction. I liked Age of Extinction, to be honest with you. I thought the Dinobots were underused in both movies that they were in. But I liked Age of Extinction. Alexander Rose says, when I think of a ninja, I think of animated Prowl. Yeah, basically. Yeah. I don't know if he was necessarily meant to be a ninja, but he was definitely right there in that motif. You know, martial arts with the kind of a oriental kind of a spiritual kind of thing there. Did I watch the 86 movie? Yes, I watch it all the time. There'll be plenty of times if I'm grinding out on the game on the weekend and I just want some sound in the background, I'll have that movie on, just playing in the background. There was one time it was some event, I forget it was a while. I actually played it like 3 or 4 times in a row just because I think it was one of the first leaderboards, and I was just watching it. Hey, it's over. Okay, hit play again. So I was just playing that movie over and over again, and every time, you know, some of my favorite scenes, which I just kind of love, I speak with it right over again. You know, pretty much anytime Unicron comes on, the Unicron's voice is just absolutely perfect. So, and if you're in the Alliance, you can usually tell when I'm watching the movie because that's when I start throwing random quotes from the movie out. Usually right about when the Junkions show up. So, very cool. Sergeant Prowl probably did someone say Prowl? Let's see. Sharksy says, what I think of a ninja when Chrome Dome in Headmasters said, I remember a guy named Ninja something. Yeah, I can't say that I've ever watched the Headmasters. I've been wanting to, but I just haven't found it. I haven't looked real hard for it, but alright. Well, let's see, we got some stuff going on in our chat, and see, do we have some replays? Oh yeah, we actually do have some replays here. So Hot Shot has it says it's a Lita 1, Springer, and Star Saber combo. Yeah, Razorquake, you haven't seen the G1 movie? Oh, all right. You get out of the stream right now. Go find it. I think Textratron's right. You can find it on YouTube. Go watch it right now, or maybe not right now, but you need to watch it. It's excellent. Either that, or I'm just watching with my, through my nostalgic eyes, So, all right. So we got a 4-star Skyburst, 3-star Star Saber, nice, and we got Springer and Elita 1, and we've got Ratchet and Blaster and Prime coming in as a backup. Oh, here goes Starsaber. Oh, look at that. Yes, nice. Yeah, and he followed up with Springer. That's a nice, good combo. Oh, and Alita 1 went and took that out. Yes, very cool. Oh, and he's got the using the Springer's second ability. We don't see that very often. I've been meaning to try that, kind of like what you just did there. Follow Starsaber in, because Starsaber will take it. Will maybe not damage everything, but if you follow him with Springer with the healing ability, and then follow in with his little rocket ability, he might actually do some cleanup. So I've been meaning to try that out. And yeah, looks like Starsaber and Springer taking down that headquarters. Oh, and they got Alita 1 over there now. Oh, Prime's down. And it looks like we lost Ratchet too. Oh, and Skyburst is down. Hurry up, Mixmaster's coming. And oh, it stopped sparking, which means it's done. Nice win there, hot shot. Nice resources too. All right, so we had a few more. Let's go ahead and go through the Firestorm. Okay, so we've got Springer, Warpath, Drift, Optimus Primal, Slog, First Aid, and another Starsaber. This looks like a baby Starsaber. He's just got 193 power, but hey, he still stuns all this stuff for the same amount of time. Oh, looks like we lost Warpath already. Starsaber's putting up a pretty good fight with Megatron over there. Oh, took him out with the help of Springer. We saw that move. Last one. Oh, there's Drift taking out some of the headquarters. Oh, it looks like the defenses are already done. And it's just a matter of time. I'm going to go ahead and speed through this. Nice win. Okay, Dr. 360. So close. Dusty the Duster, what's up, man? Alright, so we got Optimus and Rodimus Prime, Wheeljack, Air Raid, Firefly, Strafe, and Ultra Magnus. Oh, and the got Onslaught. Didn't stand a chance coming out of that outpost there. Boom! Ultra Magnus causing all sorts of damage. I love how that ability looks. Oh, and we got the jets going in there. They're about to get over there, Strafe. Get that missile launcher before, so we can set off Air Raid's bomb. Boom! There it is. Nice. Oh, we got this lasers picked up on. I can't tell who that is, but Scourge is on him too. Oh, that's a bad day there. Oh, yeah, they took them out. Looks like we got the primes are on the headquarters. Oh no, it's just the primes left. I have a feeling this is why you said so close, because you just got those guys at the headquarters and they got Scourge. Shoot him in the back like a coward.
Next time.
Oh no.
Will prevail.
That was close. Now looks like we've got another one, but we've got to get hit Soundbolt 82 first. Sergeant Prowl Prime. The only time we was sad in the 86 movie was when Prowl died. Not even when Prime died? Oh, we got another Springer. We got Mirage and Magnus and Optimus and Starsaber and Drift and Slog all coming in there. Look at Starsaber coming through there. Well, did you guys plan this? All the Starsaber and Springer battles? That's kind of funny how that all happened like that. I know I didn't put out the call for it. I'm not complaining. I just think it's kind of funny that you guys all have the same bots on your team. So that's pretty cool. You got that mortar there. Oh, that mortar took out Springer. Oh no. Still got these guys down here. Optimus is working his way over to that mortar, but he's got to deal with Galvatron. Oh, Magnus says, "I'll get that mortar for you." Mirage is there. Okay, there we go. We're taking this out, and Slog's just kind of hanging out in the shock tower. Hey, it's tingling, but he died. And Star Saber's just, hey, you know, I'm gonna go get all these resources. What, headquarter? Nah, I'll just go to get all these resources. Cause these things, I don't like them. I'm gonna take it down. And Mirage is like, dude, over here. Good thing you had Mirage and Ultra Magnus. Boom. Cameron Moore says he's got 4-star Star Saber in the outpost and has Vector Prime on him. Oh, cool. Let's see. Okay, Blitzwing. Got another replay here. Yeah, you know, Prime dying. It's almost kind of just a thing now. It's like it's not a Transformer series if Prime doesn't die or almost die. Alright, so we got Hotspot and Stormclash and Cup and Jumpstream and Star Saber and Skydive and Smokescreen. And there we are. Oh, I saw we just got a subscriber, I think. Sorry I didn't catch it. See if I can catch it over here. Lee Early, thank you for subscribing. I think that's right. And Star Saber's up there taking quite a bit of damage. He's popped out all the outposts and he's in the shock tower. He's got a bunch of Gnaws around him. Took Scourge's damage. He's got the burning from Viper, but oh, look at the march of the Sharkticons. Oh, but they get here and they're obliterated as soon as they get there with Smokescreen. He's like, oh yeah, no problem. Oh, Cup, you need to bounce out of there, pal. Got that laser on you. Okay, yeah, or just destroy it. That's a good idea. Got Smokescreen over there. Yeah, he shoots slow, but man, when he hits, that's some heavy damage on Smokescreen, so. And the execute from Smokescreen can actually be very helpful. Ooh, looks like we got Megatronus on Hotspot over there. He is a literal hotspot right now. With Megatronus on him. Oh, and then you finally bounced Cup over there. There's a little bit in that shock tower zone, but I think Smokescreen... Oh, no, Smokescreen's going the wrong way. Stormclash might get it. There we go. This battle is won. Cup's got it.
This race isn't over.
And I'm pretty sure that was just a bad replay, because it would have shown a -1 on the medal if he'd actually lost. Let's see. Skyjet says this is his 2 favorite bots in the game. Lee Early says 4-star Springer. Yeah, 4-star Springer's cool. Oh, Hotspot and First Aid. Oh, look who's ready for Defensor. I bet you look, Skyjet is waiting for Streetwise and Blades and Groove to show up. So I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to be. I don't think they'll be doing Rook like Combiner Wars. Because they're going to have to match Abominus with 5 bots. So right now it's 2 and 2 and 2. Well, not quite 2 for the Decepticons yet until after this weekend with Cutthroat coming. Damon Swinky says on its con account got 4-star Straxus. Very cool, but upset because it had a gold wallbuster on the 3-star Straxus and nearly $1 million to change. Yeah, it's expensive to change those power cores. It's more than that. Oh, he dropped Kremzeek. I was like, what is that sound? And then I heard Kremzeek. Oh, like I said, I don't hear these sounds a lot of times because I'm usually playing it with the sound off. So, but yeah, it kind of surprised me to zap zap. When they add Streetwise, it'll most likely look like Prowl. Yeah, probably. He was basically a repaint of Prowl with a different head in the Combiner Wars, so it's very likely that they'll be looking together. Although Prowl doesn't look that close, at least in his robot mode, to the Combiner Wars toy. His robot mode looks more like the G1, although the vehicle mode does look a lot like the Combiner Wars toy. What am I doing? We got more replays.
Roll out.
Let's see, I think we skipped Death Bomber. Caleb Wing, hi, how are you? I know you as somebody else, don't I? I forget. Oh, let's see, we've got, yep, there's the Wreckers. We've got Ultra Magnus and Springer and Cup and RC. And, you know, I had to go look it up because, you know, it's like, I don't remember RC being a Wrecker. But she was. In some continuities, RC has been known as a Wrecker. It's just not the continuities that I tend to have been watching. But yeah, she definitely was a Wrecker at some point, so makes sense to have her on there. Looks like we got to rejuvenate on Cup. That's cool. I've got to rejuvenate on my Cups. Yeah, going straight for the headquarters. Wrecker style. Superion 24/7 says he's got a new Autobot idea. The Autobot is named Heavy Load. He transforms into a turret and mows down most defenses. Ooh. That would be pretty good. William says it's not Hasbro Transformers without 20 or so character repaints. Yeah. Alright, so we got Prime and Slog is Starsaber. Oh, we dropped another Kremzeek. And Jumpstream, Hot Rod, Pipes, and hey, there's a 4-star Sea Spray. Somebody was asking about Sea Spray. Hey, look at that Kremzeek jumping from defense to defense till he finally ran out of steam. Oh, we lost Starsaber. What a shame. Jumpstream's putting up a good fight against Megatron, though. And Prime's like, hey, this is my battle. And Pipes said, hey, no, I can fight, too. 3 bots on Megatron. They finally take him down. Now they go work on the mortar. And, oh, Nemesis Prime popped up. And totally does not use his ability because there's no ability for him to use. But he did manage to take out Pipes because he's still a pretty strong bot on defense. Still does some pretty good damage, even though his ability doesn't do any good. And Hot Rod, see, this is how you use the ability there, big guy. Haha! And he used it on himself. How selfish. You could have protected Jumpstream or Slog, but Hot Rod's like, no, I don't want to die, so I'm going to put my Matrix on me.
Bad luck.
Oh! Megabot failed to defeat. Oh, the only thing I could think of is it took a little bit too long because it did show a negative medal there. Let's see. Cameron Moore is asking, is Wheeljack a Wrecker? He was in Transformers Prime. I'm not familiar with Wheeljack being a Wrecker in any other continuity, and I'm thinking it almost seems like they're pretty much ignoring the Transformers Prime continuity, at least as far as similar bots. Like, for example, Wheeljack is more well known for being the mad scientist from the G1 cartoon and comics, and even the IDW comics, and not so much for being the Wrecker from Transformers Prime. Kind of like RC is more well known for being the pink car from those things, not the blue motorcycle. Optimus Prime is basically Optimus Prime wherever you go. Same thing with Megatron, although they do have different designs, but they're still pretty much the Autobot leader. And Ratchet's pretty consistent. He's a ambulance in their medic, although believe it or not, actually in the G1 comics, Ratchet was supposed to be like a party animal. He was supposed to be like super happy guy and party animal, but when they did the cartoon, they kind of didn't realize that was what he was supposed to be, so they kind of made him a little grumpy, and then Transformers Prime totally doubled down on that and made him an absolute grouch, and I love him for it. My favorite line in Transformers Prime is when Ratchet is actually trying to call Agent Fowler and gets his voicemail, and he's just like, I hate talking to machines. Because he's a machine. Get it? I think it's hilarious. I just, when I first heard that, and even every time I see that scene, I crack up. I was like, I hate talking to machines. It's just like, the irony. The irony is hilarious. Lorena Alvarez is asking, when will Hot Rod be in a movie? Well, Hot Rod was in the 1986 movie, and he was actually in, believe it or not, he was in The Last Night. You just wouldn't know it because he was black instead of red, and he called himself Hot Rod instead of Hot Rod because they gave him some stupid French accent. Not to say French people or French accents are stupid, but giving Hot Rod that accent is stupid. So... But I anytime I think of that character or anything like that, I think of him as Hot Rod, not Hot Rod, because that's just like totally not Hot Rod. So, I still want the toy though. I still want the toy because it is a cool looking character, but it's not Hot Rod. So, Karen Moore, Matrix of leadership for everyone. You get a Matrix, and you get a Matrix. Everyone gets a Matrix. William says, not sure I want my doctor being a party animal. But that's what it was. That's what he was supposed to be from the actual description of him. I know, Red. I got to get over to you. I need to get my car fixed. It's making some bad noises. So I think this weekend I'm probably gonna be taking it into the shop. So I got to. It's probably gonna be at least another week before I can get over to hook up with you and get that. Let's see. William said that masterpiece, Hot Fire. Oh yes, I did see that Hot Fire that he did. It looks great, but oh my gosh, did you see all the problems he had with it? Yeah, I was not really so sure about that one. It definitely looks cool, but I'm not jumping on that one. I am interested by, what is it, the DX9 and Unique Toys is putting out one, so I'm definitely considering that one. And that I think it would make more sense too, because I did get the Unique Toys Lockdown Peru Kill, which is fantastic if you like the movie toys, because that dude is as tall as that masterpiece movie Optimus Prime. So Ultra Magnus Prime's asking, can you see my dogs? Yeah, they're not in the room right now, but maybe at some point I'll see. Let's see. Alright. Caleb Wing says, bought a lot of crystals and only got a 3-star Sunstreaker. Well, it depends. Yeah. Sometimes it happens, man. Let's see. Oh. Let's see. Okay, so we'll check out these last two replays here. I saw Sean Hardy. I think you're Megabot 12. If you're Death Bomber 1, we'll get you next. Yeah, there goes that crystal money. Well, not really, because I do have money set aside for car repairs that are separate from my crystal money. So if we got good crystals this weekend, I still might be able to jump on them. I've got this whole budgeting thing pretty much down to a science now. It took me like 10 years to figure it out, but it's if I can offer one tip to anybody, trust me, learn how to budget. Learn how to budget. Your life will be so much better for you. I mean, obviously having the money to be able to do it, but it helps out a lot too. But if you don't have the money, a whole lot of money, it's even more important. So, all right. So anyway, I'm sorry, we're talking right over your replay, but you got Ironhide and Cliffjumper Mirage, Alpha Bravo Wheeljack, Cup. Oh, you got yourself a 4-star Sea Spray. I think you said you're a training Wheeljack and Sea Spray, and looks like you got some pretty good training going on here. You're obliterating this base pretty well. Yeah, see, and that's a good way to do it. If you don't happen to have a combiner or a super high-level bot, you do like what he's doing here. You put your stronger bots on a team, along with the new bots, because even though like Wheeljack died, he actually lasted quite a while because he stayed out of harm's way, and I'm surprised Sea Spray managed to stick around because he kind of tended to stay out of the way too, as gunners tend to do. But they're going to get more XP from being in this battle than they would have if they went into a battle with similarly leveled bots. So, did a good job training them there. And let's see, so Death Bomber. Yeah, William saying as far as budgeting, yeah, you're nearly 40 and have a hard time. You know what? It wasn't until I was nearly 40 that I started buckling down. So you've got time. You've got time to figure it out. Oh, look at this. We got Strafe and Snarl and Slug going in here. All 3 stars, all fairly new. Very cool. So we set it. We froze it, and then now we're burning it. Very, very cool. Fire and ice. Oh, poor Snarl. Go get him, Strafe. Slog taking on Octo Punch. Oh, there, down goes Octo Punch. And then Slog, who's just an absolute tank. Oh, boy, look at this Dino battle. Oh, and then we get Beast Wars Megatron coming in here. Oh, nice. Took him out. Oh, poor Slog. He does run out of health eventually. And Strafe ought to get this. Alright, let's see where it goes from here. I bet he's building up some ability points. Oh, he didn't quite get it. Bit off a little more than he could chew on that one. Very cool. Let's see. Optimus Gamer saying, after Tracks and Cutthroat come out, they should add in Dinobot for the Autobots and Waspinator for the Decepticons. I think you've been reading the fan pages and chats about the people mining the data in there and seeing that in the game. Because there's definitely rumors of that going around. Wheeljack walks his dog named Slog. Yeah, that happens on my team because I've got the 2 of them on the same team. It happens all the time. It's so hilarious. Let's see. Hayato, hey man. Let's see. Got time to check you out today. Enjoying the uploads when you miss the streams. Yeah, I don't remember seeing you in the streams. I'm glad to see you, man. You've been really knocking it out of the park in these events these last few times. Very, very cool. Glad to see you're having a good time, and glad that you're watching. So it's fantastic having you in the stream. William saying stupid Power of the Prime is done with it after the last 2 weeks. You know, no spoilers. I didn't watch the last one. It came out yesterday. I didn't actually watch that one. How old am I? Oh, I'm old. No. How old am I? 41 and a half? It's just a number. So I always have to do the math, unless it's getting to be right around my birthday when everybody's asking that. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be the. So that's when I remember it. But once it's like this, where I'm about halfway in between, I always gotta do the math. So, all right. Let's see. This one thing, Windblade got damaged. Oh, what with the Grimlock cookie thing? Let's see. Who would win, Primus or Nemesis Rodimus Prime? Let's see. Well, Primus is the Transformers god, so you would think Primus would win, but even without seeing the last Power of the Primes video, I've already seen how stupidly overpowered they made Nemesis Hot Rod, so I'm not so sure that it would be clearly a victory for Primus, because I think Rodimus Prime could just snap his fingers and take out Primus. The relation to Thanos was unintentional there. I was just trying to just say that they made him stupidly overpowered. All right. So, I think we're going to call it a stream right now because we're just about to hit 1 hour. The time just goes so fast talking with you guys and playing in the game and checking out the replays and stuff like that. I really do appreciate everybody for checking out the streams all the time and for checking out my other videos. And for anybody who's come by to help us out in the different Alliance events, we thank you so much for that. And if you're available this weekend, I'm sure we'll find some spots for you so you can come get some more XP. Because the more with these kinds of events, obviously, the more crystals you get, the better your chances of getting the 3 or 4 or even a 2-star Tracks or Cutthroat. Because I have had terrible luck. In only one of these events have I gotten a 3-star, and that was Cup. The very first one, when Hotspot came out, it took me to Crystal 24 before I even got the 2-star. So that is crazy. So yeah, Razorquake, it starts at 7 o'clock, and apparently you're at time zone over. Some people it starts at 6, some people it starts at 5, and there's probably people, there was somebody in here from Italy a few weeks ago, and if you're in here or watching this later, man, thank you so much for being here again from Italy. That's middle of the night for those people over there too, so, that's just how the world works, time zones and everything, but, it's 8 o'clock for me because it's about as early as I can manage it after getting home from work and then doing all the prep work, getting everything here. So, all right, let's see. Should you save the crystals from the event? Let me tell you something about this, guys. About these kinds of crystals, these kind of events with these crystals. I save the crystals from the event to do a nice big opening because I do the videos. If I wasn't doing the videos, I would open the crystals as soon as I get them. You want to know why? Because if you get a new bot, if you're lucky enough to get a new bot, the earlier you get it in the event, the longer you have to be able to take advantage of the double XP to get them leveled up. So unless you're planning on saving them up to do a massive crystal opening video, open them as soon as you get them. That's my advice. For these kind of prestige events for these crystals, So, all right, let's see. All right, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I've been Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. Thanks for watching.